cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hey guys, welcome to your Aries/Taurus season videos. I've got the red theme going on here right now to honor the fire in our universe this month. So I wanted to record a little bit of an intro video like I do every month for those of you who appreciate the astrological information. So I've got my notes here. We have a lot going on in April, you guys. The readings are cool. I've only done a few half of the zodiac wheel, so I still have Libra through Pisces to do. But by the time you guys watch this, all of them will be finished. So, yeah, definitely a lot of messages coming out here in April, guys. The readings so far have been kind of lit. They've been kind of interesting. I'm enjoying these Aries season readings. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on here in April, astrological wise, and then we'll get going on your tarot video. So Mercury goes direct on the 15th, which is tomorrow. Yes. So by the time most of you watch this video, Mercury will be direct, and some of the crazy problems and inconveniences and challenges and obstacles that we've been having mentally will kind of slow down a bit, okay? We are going to have a shadow period. Mercury always goes into shadow period 2 weeks before it goes retrograde and 2 weeks after. So, we're not going to be quite completely in the clear of this energy until the end of April. But, that energy is slowing down, and the mental energy is going to pick back up with Mercury going back direct on the 15th. Now, on that same day, we have the Aries new moon. So I have an Aries new moon video that I'm going to upload on tomorrow on the 15th as well. So, that's definitely a time to set new intentions, you guys. This whole Aries season is all about self. This is the first house, you guys. So last month, we really did close a lot of chapters out with the Pisces 12th house energy, a lot of spiritual subconscious releasing. And now we're at the astrological new year. Happy spring. This is definitely the start of 2018, the real 2018, the one that's going to go down in history. Okay, some of the real actual shit is about to take off here in April. So we did enter the month with a full moon. How was the Libra full moon for you guys? That was a very beautiful, significant, life-changing, beautiful moon for me. The Libra full moon, it really did restore balance. This is the opposite sign of Aries. It restored a lot of balance in our universe because Libra controls an alternate universe where everything's opposite. The first house is Libra instead of Aries. The second house is Scorpio instead of Taurus. Third house is Sagittarius instead of Gemini. So you see how the signs are kind of opposite there. So we entered the month under the full moon in Libra energy. So moving on here with the planets, we have Chiron entering Aries on the 17th. Now, this is going to be interesting. I am going to have a Chiron video for all 12 signs about, what this is going to mean. This is the wounded healer. Chiron, you might want to do your own research about Chiron, but he is a wounded healer. He is the shaman of healing. So wherever Chiron is in the universe, or wherever he is in your natal chart, you can, that's where your pain is. That's where your unhealed wounds are, unresolved wounds, okay? So there's going to be a flushing of wounds that take place. Now, for Chiron to be exiting Pisces, we've had Chiron in Pisces for a long time, you guys. I'm going to talk about this more in a separate video. But I do feel the need to mention it because it's happening in April. It's going to move into Aries, which means healing. Our pain and our healing is going to be a new cycle, first of all, because anytime anything moves from Pisces to Aries, it's reborn completely because it's going from 12 to 1, from finished to start. So that's a door closed and another door open. So this is a new cycle of pain. We have all completed a certain cycle of pain in our life in different areas. So this is going to be pain in a different area, you guys. This is going to be, collectively, it's self-pain. Aries rules self, so Aries handles pain a lot different than Pisces. So, Aries is not one to really lay down and take defeat. So this is going to be a completely different energy with Chiron, okay? And I'm going to talk about that in a different video, but, it's just a little bit of a heads up this month if you want to research Chiron and Aries. You can gain kind of your own perspective about that until I come out with the videos later on in the month. So we do have that happening on the 17th. Also on the 17th, we have Saturn retrograde. I am going to have videos about that too. I'm probably going to do those before I do the Chiron videos, because Saturn is retrograding on April 17th until September 6th. So that's a long chunk of time there for the planet of restriction, the planet of limitations and boundaries, and the Lord of Karma. Like, this is going to be very interesting to kind of channel some stuff about that. I believe this is literally us time traveling, because Saturn rules time. So this is us time traveling back into, you know, this is us slowing down, karma slowing down, a lot of different changes here. That Saturn retrograde is going to be the starting point to a lot of different changes in our life. And so is the Aries new moon on the 15th. You're going to see things pick up in mid-April, okay? It's been really confusing beginning of April, end of March. It's been kind of here nor there, but the energy is really going to start picking up with this energy when Taurus season begins, which is on the 19th. Late at night, basically the 20th, the sun is going to enter Taurus. All this fiery energy, all this passionate, on fire energy, all this fire, passionate energy, it's going to ground itself in Taurus. And, you know, Taurus is a more realistically, earthly grounded, logical sign, and it's a little bit more patient. But this, you're going to literally feel this energy really ground itself. Taurus is going to give this energy kind of some land to land on, you know what I mean? So we're going to see the energy kind of shift after the 19th. And then we're going to end the month with a little bit of energy here. We have Pluto retrograde on the 22nd. So guys, Jupiter's retrograde. Jupiter's going to be retrograde. Saturn's going to be retrograde. Pluto's going to be retrograde. So that is 3 planets retrograde. So that's 3 different areas in our life that is, the universe is trying to tell us something about the past. The universe is trying to tell us to slow down a bit. So Saturn rules karma, Pluto rules the underworld, and Jupiter rules expansion. So as far as our expansion, we're being asked to look at that in a little bit of a different way this month. We're being asked to slow down a little bit and not overexpand, not expand beyond our true path. Pluto is going to purify a lot of things. Pluto is going to retrograde back to our past to purify anything that no longer serves us. This is Scorpio's ruling planet. So this is transformation, death, and rebirth. Okay, so we do have all those planets retrograde. I might have a video come out for that. I'm not sure, guys. I might briefly talk about it. Seems interesting, though. So let me know if you want me to do a video about that, and I will. But I for sure will do one about Saturn, and I'm for sure going to do one about Chiron. And so moving on, after the 22nd, we have a couple days later on the 24th, we have Venus in Gemini, moving into Gemini. First half of the month, Venus is in Taurus. Okay, so that's really good. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So that's really bringing the value and the abundance back to our relationships, bringing the abundance to, you know, our values and our personal resources. This is going to take a shift to the 3rd house. So this is adding abundance to our short distance travels. This is adding abundance to our communication. Now, Gemini is the lovers. So I think this is interesting to have Venus, the ruling planet of love and the goddess of love, entering the sign of the lovers. So this is going to be really, really magical, really, really magical for soulmates and twin flames, karmic partners. A lot of us are going to be really finally meeting around this Gemini transit with Venus, okay? So, you know, that's an air sign, bringing it a more intellectual vibe to Venus, communication, you know. So you guys, if you want to follow me on Instagram or if you want to add me on Facebook, I'll have all my information in the description box, because for every full moon and every new moon, every time something significant happens in the astrological sky, I always put out a post about it. So I'm going to be posting about all this stuff. It's going to be words, though. You know, I don't really have videos except for on my YouTube. So this is if you want a more written response. I also, every Tuesday, I have a tarot card that I pull for the week. So if you want to follow me there and just kind of hang out, that's a way to contact me and just kind of keep in touch with me a little bit more. Oh, do you hear that wind? The wind has just been blowing so hard, man. This is the opposite. Air is the opposite of fire. So we need air and oxygen to ignite this Aries new moon tonight and tomorrow. So this energy is on, you guys. And so I don't want to forget to mention here that at the end of the month, we have a beautiful full moon in Scorpio. So we are all going through a soul transformation. With the moon going full in Scorpio in Taurus season, we're definitely going to be going through some death and rebirth with Pluto going retrograde, Scorpio's ruling planet. And then Scorpio full moons are some of my favorite full moons. I have a Scorpio North Node and a Scorpio Midheaven. So I am very, very looking forward to this beautiful energy. You know, this is the 8th house, you guys. This is the house that is traditionally hidden. So a lot of light shedding on our secret, intimate thoughts and feelings. You know, this is a water energy. So definitely want to look out for that Scorpio full moon. I'm going to have a video talking about that where I pull cards for all 12 zodiac signs. I'm going to pull a tarot card message for all the signs for the full moon in Scorpio. So yeah, guys, a lot to look forward to in April. I hope you enjoy your readings. They're pretty nice. This month, Scorpio and Virgo got the giveaway. So Virgo had more than 5,000 likes on my last video. Thank you so much, all of you, really. And also, I can't forget to mention that, oh my God, I have over 1,000 subscribers now. So I know that's not like super a lot, but this is the beginning of my journey. And oh my God, it means so much to me that there are over 1,000 people over in the world, throughout the world, that care about my videos every month. And I hope to gain even more subscribers this month. I love connecting with you guys. This is a passion of mine. So when I sit down every month to record and talk about all these astrological events, it truly gives me joy. It truly gives me passion. It makes me happy. So, you know, and I've done a handful of private readings so far. So for any of you who have gotten a private reading with me, and for any of you who have donated to my channel and who have got the braid beads, thank you so much for supporting my Pisces shenanigans. I get these ideas and, you know, mostly I think that they're just illusions and fantasies, but then you guys make it real for me. You make it real. And it's just, I'm humbled and I'm so blessed. And, you know, I have all my information below. If you'd like to talk to me on a more personal level, you can schedule. I work with PayPal. I'm very, very cheap. You know, $20 for an hour-long tarot reading. I would love, but only if you feel led to. I believe that only those who feel led to contact me actually reach out. You know, I pray every day that the right people see my videos. So I just appreciate your guys' likes and subscribes so much, and your comments, and just all of the ways that we connect. It just means so much. And, you know, as far as this month goes with the readings, you guys, I am getting I'm getting a card. It's a whole tarot spread. I'm just kind of letting whatever comes out come out. But I am getting one card to symbolize ourself. So I'm getting a card to overlook the rest of the reading. And this card, because Aries rules self. So I thought it would be a really good idea to kind of get a card to best represent our energy this month. All of the signs are embodying a different energy of self. So I am getting a card to represent you and who you are. And then we get kind of different messages there to kind of relate to that. So that's all about the reading, you guys. As I mentioned, Virgo and Scorpio, they're getting extra cards this month. So make sure you view and like and share with your friends and on your social media so that maybe your sign. I think what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to give extra cards to whatever two signs. The one sign that views me the most and the sign that likes my video the most. So whatever sign has the most likes and the most views, they're going to get extra time. My videos are all really long this month, but I'm not really this month, but usually they're about an hour long when you consider the intro video as well. So yeah, I'm probably going to give an extra 10 minutes to next month. I'm going to give an extra 10 minutes to whatever two signs have the most likes and the most views. So share and like and subscribe, you guys. And also I'm going to have extra giveaways and stuff like that. Just lots of stuff happening in April. April is just, I feel the energy. So happy spring, you guys. The weather is getting nicer, not really today, but the sun is getting stronger and brighter and warmer. So I wish you guys all a happy spring, a happy April, happy birthday to the Aries and the Tauruses that have April birthdays. Shout out to all of you watching my videos, all of you. It means so much. And I hope you enjoy your readings. Okay, see you in the next video. Hi Pisces, welcome to your April video. So let's see, last but not least, just taking a look here at my notes to see what exactly is going on for us. I talked a lot about this stuff in the beginning of the video. But let's see, for us, okay, so April is all about Aries and Libra, but it also shifts into Taurus and Scorpio at the end of the month. So we're going to talk about a little bit of all those energies, and we're going to talk about a few other things, Pisces, because there is stuff happening for us this month, okay? So as far as Aries energy goes, this means that, our birthdays have passed, our intense ass solar returns have passed, and now everything moves into Aries. So I don't know how you felt about that Pisces energy moving into Aries. That's a new beginning. Pisces and Aries are right next to each other on the zodiac wheel. And around this time every year, we're in April now, but Aries season is after Pisces season. We're actually about to enter Taurus season, which is our third house. So that's going to take a turn there from our value. See, Aries is a very interesting sign to Pisces because it focuses all on our value. Aries, so we're pretty aggressive. We can be, when you're talking about me, I'm extra aggressive about my values because I have a Taurus moon. So all Pisces in astrology are naturally aggressive towards value, and it's emotional value because we're very emotional people. So if you ever wonder why you just completely freak the fuck out when people don't appear to be valuing your emotions as much as you do. And another thing, no one's ever going to value your emotions as much as you do, Pisces, because you have an emotional, enlightened view. You're emotionally evolved. You're like the you're the last sign. You're the 12th house. So there's a sacrificial element to emotions that Pisces understands. And there's a strength there. There's an emotional strength there with Pisces as well. And if you ever wondered, why it is, and it's not just emotional value, but even our money, and I'm not a Pisces that typically likes talking about finances and stuff like that, but that is going to come up for us a little bit probably in this reading. The energy is definitely there. We had a lot of energy in our second house. It moved from our first house to our second house. So Aries season is a symbol for our values. It's about, Aries in general talks all about ourself. Aries is the first house of self in the I am. So for Pisces, Aries season is about determining a new value for their self, valuing ourselves more than ever around this time of year, so that we can head into Taurus season, which is the house of value. So for the next couple months, we're going to be focused a lot on our values. And for me, it's Pisces, Aries, and Taurus season. So Pisces season, basically February, March, April, May, and June. Well, I guess May. From basically February to May, I am always focused so hard on value because my second house is Pisces in my natal chart. So for us, the next couple months is definitely going to be about our grounded values. It's about what we have, right? Aries is, the second house is all about what you have, what your personal resources are. So money, anything that you value, anything that you consider yours, and anything that we consider ours is also something that we value, right? So we have Aries as that house. So we can be kind of Aries-like, when it comes to our values and when it comes to our worth, our personal finances and resources. So that's the energy there with Aries season. We come into the month. We did have that Libra full moon at the end of March, which was absolutely beautiful for me, and I hope it was for you guys too. Balance has been restored into our universe, and now the moon is traveling through the second half of the zodiac. So we're going to have a Scorpio full moon, which is going to be so important for Pisces because Scorpio is our 9th house on the zodiac wheel. So we learn a lot from this transformations. That's why we always transform, not only because we're mutable, but because our 9th house is Scorpio. So we expand more through transformation and through death and rebirth, basically. Pisces is always secretly transforming. So we do have a new moon in Aries. That happened yesterday. So we had the sun and the moon in our second house of values. And come to think of it, I did nothing. I did a lot of work with the Aries new moon, but I talked a lot about self. I didn't even care about my values and finances. So that's kind of a bummer. But the universe knows what I mean. I guess, I'm not kidding you. I don't focus much on value, and I do as a Taurus moon and as a Capricorn rising, but as a Pisces, I'm so much more about magic and spirit and emotion. I don't care about earth. like, I love planet Earth, you know, and I love Earth because I have Earth energy, but my Pisces side just wants to float around in the air and not be shackled to the ground. You know, that's how typical Pisces energy is. We're dreamers, you know, and dreamers don't like rules and regulations. And, you know, speaking of that, we do have Saturn retrograde, which is all about rules and regulations. Saturn is going to go retrograde on the 17th, but I talk all about that in the intro. What I do want to talk to you guys about Chiron, though, because Chiron has been in Pisces for a really long time. This is the pain, our wounds. This is the healer. Chiron is the wounded healer. So Chiron goes into somebody's sign to heal them, but it's interesting because when Chiron is in your sign, you can't heal yourself. You can only heal others. So there's going to be that kind of energy is shifting, but don't get too excited, Pisces, because Chiron is going to retrograde back into our sign. It's going to enter Aries on the 17th, tomorrow. That is something we need to celebrate, though, because Chiron, you know, he brings up a lot of, so for as long as if Chiron goes into your sign, no matter what, you just feel pain. You just look painful, you feel painful, and it's because you need to take on the abilities of a healer. And most healers are wounded themselves. Isn't that ironic? So we can be very healing as water signs. And this Chiron energy has been in Pisces for, I don't know, guys, a long time, years. So, you know, there's that martyr element that people talk about Pisces. They say that we're so sacrificial. Pisces is just, you know, they make fun of us about how kind we are, you know. Well, guess what, bitches? Most of that was because of Chiron was in our sign. So when Chiron moves out of our first house, we're going to have this release. You know, that's Chiron moving from Pisces to Aries is a completed emotional cycle. It's like a completed painful cycle. A cycle of pain is completing. So Chiron in Pisces was all about our emotional, spiritual wounds. And for us, it was all about our self wounds. Wounds that maybe we caused ourselves, or wounds that we have to heal ourselves, but we couldn't because Chiron was in our sign. But I'm gonna have a whole video about that, guys, where I'm not pressed for time, and I'll be able to talk for a half hour or so about Chiron entering our second house. I am so excited for that. But then I know that Chiron moves back into our sign temporarily, and then around September, Chiron is going to fully move forward into Aries and just be in Aries. So we do have Taurus season, which I mentioned was our third house, and Venus going into Gemini on the 24th, and then that Scorpio full moon, guys. We're water signs. Scorpio's a water sign. So we're going to be really expanding around that. I mean, emotionally transforming and emotionally expanding and growing and learning about these energies. That is going to be one hell of a full moon. And the new moon yesterday on the 15th marked a series of new beginnings. So all of us are just starting these new adventures. So I'm excited to see what our cards say for April Pisces. As far as the energy goes, this is our second and our eighth house. Second house Aries, eighth house Libra. Okay, so we had a full moon in our eighth house last month in March, which completely added light to the areas of darkness. Like when you have a moon in the eighth house, which is exactly what our universe is getting ready to go through with Scorpio. Scorpio is the eighth house of the whole universe. So all of our darknesses collectively are about to be lit up with light and emotion, and it's going to be beautiful. You know, a lot of our darknesses aren't balanced, and that's another thing that the Libra full moon did. The Libra full moon balanced light and dark, positive and negative, up and down. Libra balanced all opposites in the sky. It balanced Virgo and Pisces. It balanced Gemini and Sagittarius. Like, it balanced all of us. All of the elements. It balanced everything. It made peace come back into our world. I'm not sure if you felt that, but I did. And so now we went through, Libra is our eighth house. Okay, so we always have this balanced area of ourselves, Pisces, that we hide about us. So we're actually very secretly balanced people. People just think we're, you know, crazy. So yeah, we went through an eighth house full moon, and we went through a second house new moon. So new beginnings in our finances. This could be setting the intent for new financial goals, setting our new intent for new things that we value. Okay, that was the new moon in Aries, and that has everything to do with who we are as people too. And so that's the beginning of April. The beginning of April is all about our resources, our values, our finances. And then it moves into, you know, other people's values, other people's resources, other people's finances. That's the second and the eighth house, the give and the take, okay? Our resources, shared resources. And then this energy is going to move into Taurus, which is all about our third house. This is communication. This is short distance travel. This is our lower mind, okay? So this is going to move from our second house to our third house. And also it's going to move from our eighth house to our ninth house. So Taurus and Scorpio represent communication and learning for Pisces. So there's going to be a lot of energy moving to those houses. We're going to have a full moon in our ninth house. This is going to very much upgrade we are going to be upgraded and expanded. You know, this is the ninth house of higher philosophy. So this is a time where we're going to learn a lot about these completions and new beginnings. I mean, I'm telling y'all, we're not going to be the same after that Scorpio full moon. So, before I begin, let's just see here what our immediate energy is. So, this is interesting. So, I shuffled our cards, and there was the moon card, right? And so whatever's right beneath us, let's see. Holy shit. Now that's not okay. I mean, it's okay, but whatever, that is kind of freaky. So let me just show you here what I got going. So the moon card, the moon card was on the bottom of the deck. So whatever card is right underneath us, as I reveal that, is our immediate energy influence. So we have the Three of Swords, Pisces. So this is a heartbreak for some of you. This is a third party situation for some of you. But you know, this is also communicating from your heart, Pisces. Definitely communicating from your heart, because we have these swords, right, that are stabbed into this heart. And swords represent mental energy. So this is like a mental betrayal or some sort of mental heartbreak that's around April. And then after that Three of Swords, we have the Six of Swords. So we double that energy. Some of us are going to definitely double a heartbreak this month and move away from something. Because the Six of Swords talks about moving away from something painful in order to get to something that is more promising, right? Because we have the water down here is all over the place. There's a lot of waves underneath here, right? And now we're water signs, but fish don't like water to be all over the place. Fish, they're very skittish creatures. So as far as our emotional surrounding, we need things to be a little bit still. Now the problem with that is water is never still completely. So there's going to be waves in the water, and we feel that so much as Pisces. So, you know, I do see some of you are leaving behind a heartbreaking situation. Some of you are leaving behind a third party situation. That because we see the three here. So that's three swords, three people. Maybe your heart broke three ways. Maybe your heart is broken into three pieces. And, you know, the same thing came up for Sagittarius. And who else did it come up for? Libra? I'm not sure, you guys, but Sagittarius and Capricorn? Aquarius. I think Sagittarius and Aquarius got these two cards. So there's a lot of secret heartbreak going on in the zodiac right now. And I think it's because, you know, it's Aries season, and I'd be damned if in Aries season it's like we can't admit our pain. But it's interesting that I say that, because Aries is going to have Chiron enter their sign. So I think we're going to all try to, you know how Aries can be. I don't know if you guys know Aries, but Aries are very they don't like to admit weaknesses. They don't like to admit, even though they can make things all about them. And I know a lot of Aries, they are just so quick to cry and stuff like that. But most of the Aries I know are not that emotional. Like they always want to appear like that emperor, you know. An emperor can't cry. An emperor can't even admit that he has a heart, let alone that his heart is broken. So this Aries energy obviously is influencing Aquarius and Sagittarius and Pisces and even Capricorn a little bit. So it's like the second half of the zodiac wheel is dealing with some sort of matters of the heart. And, you know, Pisces, this could even be a mind, like your mind and your heart can be disagreeing on a situation, because we have swords in the heart. Okay, so you're going to need to get your heart and your mind on the same page, honey, hon. Because I know we're dual signs and we have these two fish, but it's no good. I mean, why, if we are always used to swimming in two different directions, so why would we want to actually live a life like that? I think Pisces actually appreciates things all moving in the same direction sometimes, because we don't ever get to experience that. So I am seeing that some of you Pisces out there are pretty heartbroken right now, or your heart is just not clear on a certain matter, because this Three of Swords is like, it talks about the heart's clarity, right? Like we have all these clouds and rain. So as far as our heart chakra, it's definitely in some need of some love. I'm not sure if it's a third party situation for some of you, but it is heartbreaking. There could even be some betrayal coming up in April, or some sort of loss or something like that. But like I said, I do see the Six of Swords here. So some of you are going to leave behind that heartbreaking situation. And I see 3 people in this boat. Isn't that interesting? There's this man, and then there's this person who's covered up, and then there's this little child. So some of you could have children. Some of you are protecting the inner child or your innocence. But it's interesting that we have 2 sword cards. So this is very mental. Pisces is very in their head, which is pulling them away from their heart space. And Pisces is more used to being in their heart, because being in our head is just crazy as a Pisces. I mean, our head is a very, very weird place to be in. I mean, it would look like an acid trip, honestly. The head of a Pisces would look like it, but our heart is a very beautiful place to be in. So we could be leaving behind some heart matter to go to a more clear. I know we're not used to doing that, but I'm just telling you what I see here, Pisces. You're leaving some sort of heartbreaking situation behind in order to get to a stronger foundation. Now, here's the trippy part, is that underneath this card, look what we have. The other heartbreak. So, I don't know, dude. I'm trying to not overreact about this. Trying to be kind of calm about it, but that is something, all right? The fact that we have, like, right underneath our card, we have the Moon card in the Three of Swords, and then we have the Moon card and the Three of Swords in this deck. So either way we look at it, Pisces, right underneath us is some sort of, so that tells me that we're really are trying to hide some sort of heartbreak or some sort of sadness, because in this Three of Swords we have a woman in this like area crying. So I don't know what that means for us. Let's keep going a little bit. So we have the Four of Cups and the Temperance card in the Page of Cups. So that's interesting there. Let's put a little bit more down here, and then we'll get going on our actual real reading. But I just want to see what our energy is in April. This is our underlying energy. So we had that Moon, of course, in the Three of Swords. Let's put those separate. And then we have these 3 cards. So Moon, Three of Swords, and then 3 more cards. So now we have the same thing. I don't know if you guys can see that, but just trust me. All right. So we have 2 different decks here. I don't know why they're all crossed and turned, but here's the Pisces and the heartbreak in this situation, and then here's Pisces and heartbreak in this. So we have the Four of Cups after this Three of Swords. So definitely a distraction. We are a water sign. So Aquarius got this card as well. And I think a few other signs did. So some of us are very emotionally distracted right now. That could be why Pisces is heartbroken. And I don't know if it's that Pisces is heartbroken. I think it's a heartbreaking situation. Or just, I said this in the Cancer reading. Cancer also got the Three of Swords. So you might want to check out the Cancer video, just because you might learn something in it. But Cancer got the Three of Swords up here. So they are embodying a heartbreaking energy. We're going to see what our overall energy is. I'm going to shuffle and get us a card. But first I had to check this out, because this is too significant. So, the water signs are going through, I think Scorpio's reading was okay. But as far as Pisces and Cancer, there is a lot of emotion happening. I mean, this is a very emotional time, and the water signs are feeling that more so than usual. So we do have the Four of Cups, which is Pisces being very distracted right now over whatever you're looking at out the window. You know how when you're in the car driving and everybody looks out the window, and it's not even that you're looking at anything. It's just, everybody looks out the window, and you're just in deep thought about something. So this could be you, like, in those kind of moments, like, just distracted by something that, and I don't even think you're focusing on anything. It's that kind of energy where you stare off into the distance, and, there could be a fucking two-headed pigeon in front of you, and you're not actually going to see it because you're not really actually looking. You're in a different place in your mind. Now, we do have mental energy behind Pisces. We have a lot of air energy, so we are very, very in our mind about something. We could even be thinking about this heartbreak. And knowing us, it could be heartbreak that happened in the past. You know, this doesn't, I don't know if this is present or if it's future or past, but with us, our past, present, and future intertwines because we're the last house. So we kind of bring all that energy together, the past, present, and future. So who knows what this pain is coming from, but we are distracted about it. You know, we are really, this Four of Cups is staring at this Three of Swords. So it's as if that Three of Swords is outside that window. So we could just be reflecting a lot about our pain. I mean, it makes sense, Pisces, because this month is all about new beginnings. And when we go through a new beginning, we have to think about our journey. Before Aries season can even start, Pisces season has to come. And there's all these heavy emotions that the universe goes through in Pisces season. So as a Pisces individual, you know, new beginnings are painful. New beginnings are just as painful as endings. That's why Pisces are symbolized by two fish with the tails connected. So one fish is leaving while one fish is coming. Like, Pisces is all energy, you know, we're up and down, yes and no, positive and negative, light and dark, masculine, feminine. Pisces is those two opposite fish. We're a dual sign, you know. So especially around, you know, I know we're getting closer to Taurus season now, but this has everything to do with communication for us. So Pisces, there is direct communication on the table. You're going to need to start speaking. If you are a Pisces out there that is dealing with this broken heart, and if you're dealing with someone betrayed your heart or something like that, or something's going on, and you might be trying to hide it, but look, your heart is on the table. Definitely just crying out. You know, your heart is crying out for something, basically. Crying, like, the heart has its own way of communication, okay? Listen to your heart. You're going to need to listen to your heart. So I'm hearing two different songs right now, which is Crying Out For Me by Mario and Listen to Your Heart by, I'm not sure who that's by. But, like, listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why. Know where you're going, and I don't know why. But listen to your heart before he tells him goodbye. So there's also that. That just kind of gave me chills there. So you might want to listen to your heart before you tell somebody goodbye, Pisces. And there's going to be some communication from the heart this month. Like, and that's the best kind of communication in my opinion. You know, and if this was anybody else's reading, I would say, oh, you're hiding this heartbreak because of the moon card. But we are the moon card. So I don't necessarily think we're hiding the heartbreak. I just think we're feeling it. And it could even be the broken heart of another person. It might not be our heart, but what's the difference, Pisces? When we're around somebody who's brokenhearted, our empathic ways, it breaks our heart. So our pain is the pain of others, especially because Chiron is in Pisces. I know it's moving into Aries, but for the first half of April, Chiron is in Pisces. You know, Chiron was a huge part of Pisces season. You know, and we have Neptune and Chiron in our sign. So when Chiron leaves Aries tomorrow, you guys, the only thing that's going to be in Pisces is Neptune. And that's going to be such a good thing. You know, we're going to be able to just focus on our spirituality. You know, but we have been focused a lot on pain, and I think, you know, in our defense, it's definitely because Chiron, it's kind of hard not to focus on pain when Chiron is in your sign. And now I'm very led to talk about third party though, because we have the three swords in the heart and then these three cups under the table. So this could be a heartbreaking emotional situation, like you're trying to keep your emotions hidden under the table, Pisces, but there's also this cup on top of the table too. So it's just a symbol there of whatever Pisces tries to hide, we're still aware of it. We can try to distract ourselves with daydreams and with creativity and emotion, but either way, we feel things so intensely that it's still a part of our world. Like, you can try to escape like a Pisces if you want, But this is not something that you're going to be able to escape because it's a part of your destiny. So now we have the Sagittarius card. This card has been coming up with Pisces energy, and I'm not sure if it's Jupiter or what, but this is Sagittarius. This is the Archangel Michael. So some of you might have a significant Sagittarius in your life, but this is also a symbol of patience and balance. So maybe the reason why we're distracted and staring out the window is because we're just trying to stall until we know about something that's coming. Okay, because I see two people that are like, see, if this card wouldn't have came out, some of us, maybe you're waiting on like a Sagittarius energy, or you're just waiting and trying, you're patiently waiting, waiting patiently. And you're waiting for some sort of balance or some sort of moderate, fair situation. But I'm glad the Temperance card is here because it tells me that we're not really, it's not that we're distracted. Now, come on, Pisces. When we become distracted, you know that, you know, because it's kind of hard for Pisces to even become distracted when, you know, we are the sign of illusion. So a distraction is an illusion, right? That's why people like to read, because they're distracting themselves with words so that their mind could picture what they're reading. So when you're the sign of Pisces and you're all about illusion and magic and, you know, we're dreamers. So we're, you know, if I was talking to like an earth sign or an air sign, yeah, I would say they're distracted. But Pisces, there really is no such thing as distraction with us because we are illusion. We literally symbolize a magical fairy realm. So, you know, it's hard for anybody to know if a Pisces is distracted or just dreaming. So there's also that as well. So are you distracted or are you dreaming? Are you dreaming in a distracted way? Are your dreams distracting you? You know, there could be some sort of something energy like that, but there is a need to determine between dreaming. Are you a dreamer or are you distracted? Or don't let anything distract you from your dreams either. You know, we have this beautiful moon in this picture. So, you know, we are the moon card in tarot, obviously. We have Pisces and Sagittarius on the table. So there, you know, and it's interesting. We had that ninth house. Scorpio is our ninth house. So it is accurate to bring up the Pisces and Sagittarius Jupiter energy because we're going to be learning a lot about this heartbreak, learning a lot about ourselves and self-transformation, even the things that have distracted us. I mean, I do think some of us are distracted by some sort of heartbreak. I mean, Pisces is pretty much always distracted by pain, but like I said, you know, it's hard. It's hard for us to even consider ourselves as distracted people because the way a Pisces is we're always dreaming and we're always in this like this world. We don't live in the same world as other people. So this is every day for us, you know. This is literally just every day looking out the window. This person might be looking out a window, but really in her mind she's like in space. Okay, so I'm not sure what that noise is, but it's like a car or something outside. So definitely reflecting on this heartbreak, because the moon is also, it's a secret, it's an illusion. Some of us, the heartbreak can be an illusion, I'm seeing, or the third party situation is an illusion. But, you know, either way, I see us, that we're really just doing all this for in the name of patience and in the name of moderation. You know, this is just all something that needs to balance out inside of us. You know, this is 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. So, you know, there's a need to ground our emotions right now. And then we have the Page of Cups. Why do I have the Page of Cups just chilling out over here? Oh, that's why. Because it's a part of this three message here. So we definitely could be leaving behind something distracting or leaving behind an illusion. Definitely working hard at our own patience this month in April. Like we are very much patiently waiting on something that we are very much distracted by. And I hate saying the word distracted. Every time I say it, something's like, not distracted, dreaming. So Page of Cups, this is a Pisces energy. This is a new love offer or some kind of new emotion coming in. So maybe some of us are being patient with love, okay? Maybe that's why our heart is broke, because some of you don't have love in your life how you would like. So this is about being patient and patient enough, because only those who are patient can see the synchronicities in the universe. So not only is the full moon in Scorpio going to be a huge synchronicity for you, but also there are synchronicities all over in April that are just, the universe is so much trying to communicate with Pisces. I've also been hearing and feeling that Pisces is very protected this month in April, because we just got out of our birthday season. We just kind of upgraded. We did our solar return. Our season helped a lot of people. Okay, so we did our part. And now we're just kind of waiting for what's next. Some of us are very patient about some sort of new love. And we're being patient to see the synchronicities. Because if there's one thing I know about Pisces is that whenever we're confused or waiting on an energy, we ask the universe to show us a sign. So this is signs from the universe. This is the Page of Cups though. So communication. Usually this is shown by someone speaking to a fish in a cup. So this is about you communicating with your own intuition, communicating with your own spirit, emotional communication, emotional new beginning. But a lot of people say this is a fertility card. Some of you could even be patient on some sort of pregnancy or, you know, but this is interesting, guys. I mean, and we have the Queen of Cups over here too. So the Queen of Cups with the Page of Cups, the Eight of Coins with the Temperance, patiently working on our patient. And maybe we're distracted because we know we have to leave, or someone else is leaving us. But that this is interesting, guys. I mean, I am completely blown away. We have the Two of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands revealing the Five of Cups in the Magician, and the Nine of Cups in the Knight of Swords. So there's a wish that we're charging forward to. But that was just really, really interesting, you guys, that we have the Three of Swords right behind the Moon card, no matter what deck we're using. So that is a synchronicity in itself. Okay. So Pisces, allow your, just like I told Cancer, you know, listen to your heart, communicate from your heart, allow your heart to show you the way. You know, Pisces, we are used to, I don't want to say that we enjoy broken hearts, but we are used to feeling emotional. We go through a lot of pain in life because we're just such sensitive beings. So I don't want you guys to freak out about this sadness that you're going through in April, because there is a lighter day coming for us. Times are going to get a lot better. So let's just go ahead and find out what our energy is for April, shall we? So we can get our real message going here. So please show me what Pisces energy is in April 2018. One card to show me their energy. And we have the Two of Wands. So this is kind of like Scorpio's reading. So we are very much at a crossroads in April. And it has everything to do with our world. So this is our destiny. Like our complete world is about to change. And we have the King of Pentacles to back that up. So underlying energy of the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands as well. So it's like we're going to be charging forward with one of these wands in a grounded way. So there's our energy. Definitely, this is some people call this a portal. Okay, they say the Two of Wands is a portal, and we're standing in the middle of this portal, holding the world in our hands, trying to be grounded, but we have to choose left or right, Pisces. We no longer can be dual. I mean, we're always going to be dual, but it's time to choose a very, very interesting decision. So what comes up here is the Two of Wands asks you, are you going to stay where you are because you're comfortable? Or are you going to expand your horizons and learn something new and choose a new life for yourself? So choosing between the new and the old, the known and the unknown. So that's up to you, Pisces. But let's see any other messages for you in the month of April. So what's going on with Pisces in the month of April 2018? So what are the messages for Pisces April 2018? Pisces, April 2018 messages. Oh, that one wanted to come out. So did that one. Okay, Eight of Swords, of course. So we have the Eight of Swords coming out. And we're going to explain this message after we get a few cards on the table for us, okay? So let's see. Any more messages for Pisces? I feel like we feel trapped right now, mentally. We have the Taurus card, Hierophant. So as for a lot of signs, Taurus is, we have the Ace of Pentacles as well. So now we have the Empress, the Star, the World, and the Six of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card. Okay, so we have an underlying energy of a Leo energy or just strength, having the strength to make this decision. Or underneath that, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So there is a lot of hard work here in a relationship. And then under the Two of Cups, we have the Knight of Cups. So I don't want to get too far into that energy yet because we have some messages here on the table. So what we have here is the month of April. Now, any of these energies can happen anytime, Pisces, but because, time is fluid. But I do see this as the second half of April down here. And then the first three cards are kind of the energy going into April. So we go into April. First card out was the Eight of Swords. So, this talks about somebody who's feeling very trapped. Now, I do want to mention that usually in this card, even though this is a different picture, the Eight of Swords always reminds me of someone who is not honoring their emotion. Pisces, even though we're a water sign, sometimes we can do that. Sometimes we don't allow our full emotions to express. So this is feeling trapped mentally. We have a blindfold on. We're in the middle of a field. And we feel like there's nowhere to go. But look at how big this field is, right? We have this house all the way in the distance here. The sun is like setting. So I feel like the sun is setting on a certain situation that is making Pisces feel trapped mentally. Like this could be mental manipulation or something that we're blinding ourselves. So let me tell you, Pisces, we are the most intuitive sign, okay? We are the most spiritual sign. So if we're being trapped or mentally manipulated, you cannot tell me that it's because you didn't know, okay? You know what's going on. It's just you don't want to do anything about it. Sometimes it's easier to just escape the situation like we do. We are escapists. Pisces are very fish. Like we can swim away from a situation, swim away. So, we do go into April feeling a bit trapped in our mind. This is a mental prison, which I always say that mental prisons can be even more difficult than actual prisons. But you just want to take a closer look at how far apart these swords are. So we have these thoughts. We have these reoccurring thoughts in April. And these thoughts are synchronicities from the universe. So you want to pay attention to your thoughts, okay? And don't blind yourself to what you're thinking, Pisces, because you got this blindfold on. So you can't even see the sun. The sun is so shining in this picture, but it's setting as well. So as far as that metaphor, it's like the sun is shining, but you're blinding yourself to this happiness. You're blinding yourself to this awareness. The sun is enlightenment. So there are these powerful thoughts of light and wisdom that Pisces is getting spread out April, because these swords are kind of spread out from each other. So I'm seeing these as each thought. Like we have a thought and we're like, oh man, I thought that thought. And then our mind just wanders. Like, I told you we're dreamers. We're not distracted. I mean, if we are distracted, it's by all these very dream-like thoughts. And Pisces doesn't get distracted by anything that isn't spiritual. So if we are distracted, at least it's spiritual and for a reason. You got to ask yourself why a Pisces is distracted and trapped. Like, why would we put a blindfold on? And that's because seeing is not... But now we have the Aquarius card showing up in the Pisces reading. Pisces showing up in the Aquarius reading. So there is that. I do see Aries, Taurus, and Aquarius, but I see and Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Taurus twice, and Libra, if you consider the Empress card a Libra card. So yeah, we enter April feeling a little bit trapped mentally. There's something that we're not quite seeing that we don't want to see. Pisces doesn't see anything they don't want to see, and they see what they want to see. We hear what we want to hear, okay? We can be kind of fishy like that, okay? But just keep in mind that these thoughts are spread out, and these thoughts were not ever meant to make you a prison, Pisces. This was the Ace of Swords giving to you 8 times. So there was like 8 opportunities for you to express your truth about what it is that you want, and I guess you just wanted to make yourself in prison, Instead, and I get it. I'm acting like I don't understand, but I get it. I'm a Pisces too. I'm just trying to explain this like I'm not, so that I can give you guys a clear message and not. I'm gonna watch this later and see if I relate, which I do. But as far as talking to you right now, I'm just gonna be a vessel and just channel. Okay. So we move into also this Taurus. We have the Hierophant next. Okay, so we already talked about the first card out, which is, maybe we're not seeing the lights. We're blinding ourselves. We're literally acting like we're trapped. Like, oh no, You know, and sometimes Pisces does that so that we don't have to make a decision. Okay, I'm surprised we didn't get the Two of Swords as our overall energy, but we got the next best thing, which is the Two of Wands, and that is an Aries, like a fire energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So we definitely feel the fire energy and the earth energy. So let's take a look at that real quick. So let's see, we have no cup cards. None. No cups whatsoever. So I'm not sure where your emotions are, Pisces, but they're not on the table. So you're making yourself emotionally unavailable. You're hiding your emotion, just like that Three of Swords. Our emotions are, but look at here. This is not a water card, but this is someone who is filled up to their head in emotion. So we are submerged in this universal energy. We're always connected to the divine universe. And we're just trying to keep our head above water here. It's interesting that we have the world, this little orb in our hand here. This is the world, so completions, right? And I think a lot of these completions are going to take place in Taurus season because, yeah, we have that underneath the Taurus card. So no cut, we have fire, air, and no pentacles, no water. So, I mean, we have one pentacle card here, but that's an underlying energy, the King of Pentacles. But no pentacles in your actual reading, no water in your actual reading, just fire, air, and literally the other two elements are missing. So, that's interesting. But we go into the month feeling trapped. We go into the month blinding ourselves to something we don't want to see. Even our thoughts are like nagging at us, but we're ignoring them. But, you know, we all know why. We are very smart people. There's a reason for all these energies. I am not judging you, Pisces, because I get it, okay? We do things in a different way. So here we have the Taurus card. I'm not sure if there's a significant Taurus that some of you feel trapped with, or if this might be the communication, because Taurus is our third house of communication. So this might be when we actually pick up some of those Eight of Swords. I mean, we have a sword energy with Taurus. So I don't know why we're trapped in some sort of communication or something, but, you know, we need to learn from this Eight of Swords, because the Taurus card, it talks all about the High Priest. So, you know, we've got these animals here and trees. This is a grounded energy. This is literally Taurus season, though. So I feel like things start to get better in Taurus season, even though this is the first half of the month, technically. So there could have been a significant Taurus energy for you, Pisces, in the beginning of April. Or you just might be, you know, you might have Taurus energy. For me, yes, I do. I have a Taurus moon. But it's interesting that we have these two Taurus cards up here, because we have the Empress, and it's interesting, Aquarius is the Empress this month. So Aquarius is for sure in some of your guys' life. So some of my viewers are definitely viewers that are Pisces, that are in with like Aquarius and Pisces are definitely showing up in each other's readings. Aquarius is the emperor for this month. And then we have literally the Aquarius energy. So this is definitely Aquarius for some of you. But for others of you, this is abundance. And, you know, maybe this is like some sort of commitment or something. Because Taurus is a commitment. Taurus is a grounded, stable energy. And we're being asked to learn not only from the Eight of Swords, whatever this Eight of Swords energy is, definitely want to learn from that. And then we want to learn from this Empress as well. So some sort of grounded abundance or grounded love offer. Now, this person's pregnant. Okay, I don't know if some of you are pregnant with a Taurus. You know, maybe you're a Pisces and the father or the mother of your child is a Taurus. Because we have this little pregnant belly here. So some of you are making a commitment like, yep, okay, let's have a family. Let's start trying to get pregnant. Okay, because this is fertility. So some of you are going to learn the news in April that maybe you're giving birth. But, you know, this talks a lot about death and rebirth anyways, Pisces. So, you know, Taurus season, you might give birth to something in Taurus season. Some of you are literally going to give birth to a little Taurus child. Okay. Others of you have a kid with a Taurus, or this is just a very Taurus energy coming up. So for us, that's our communication. So even though we don't have that many sword cards, we're definitely being asked to communicate about what we're avoiding communicate about our feelings and just everything. I mean, the Empress is a beautiful card though, because this is us feeling like we have everything that we need. The Empress is all about abundance. This is a Venus energy. So I am led to talk about Venus and Taurus. Was in Taurus at the beginning of the month. So Venus was in our third house, helping us add abundance and beauty to our communication. So, you know, the difference between Venus and Taurus and Venus and Gemini is very, very slim for Pisces. I mean, it's kind of a similar energy because either way, it's in the third house energy. So this is definitely Venus in Taurus. So there's something significant. That Venus and Taurus transit really did help Pisces. And you know why? Because Venus sextiles Pisces, I think. I've heard that before. Venus sextiles Pisces. Venus is a very positive energy. I watch a lot of videos online, and I've heard a lot of people say that Taurus is going to be a good season for Pisces. And I see that because we have two, even in the beginning of the month, the tarot cards want to show us, like, hey, wait till Taurus season. And now that's coming in on the 20th, okay? So, you know, you could be feeling more abundant in Taurus season. You could be feeling more grounded and more fertile. Could be some sort of new beginning because we see this rabbit, you know, down there. So that's a new beginning. A lot of animals, birds, squirrels, some sort of fairy. Remember I said we control the fairy realm. And there's a fairy up there, okay? So, I don't know. There is some sort of commitment here with love that you're thinking about in April. You could feel trapped in that commitment or in that love, or with a baby, or maybe now you're pregnant, so you're like, well, fuck. You know, can't go nowhere now. I was about to leave. Maybe that's why you're heartbroken. I don't know. Or some of you, it could be a Taurus or Aquarius. Those are two fixed signs. So Aquarius is our 12th house. So we could have some subconscious dreams and wishes or something. But we're moving now to these three cards here. I just think this means that Taurus season is really going to release a lot of our energy. Instead of feeling all up in our head and trapped, we're just going to be feeling more abundant. And, you know, it's interesting that this Empress has a wand in her hand. Okay? Because that's our overall energy. We're choosing between these two wands or whatever. So choose the wand of love, Pisces. That's the way to go for us. So we have the Star card. So we move into the second half. This is present moment now. So, you know, our wishes, hope, renewal, faith, our dreams. So this is a wish card. You know, this is a shooting star. So there's a wish that we have. This is coming up right underneath the Eight of Swords. So there could have even been some sort of wish to be free or something from this Eight of Swords. Like, we could have been really stuck in our head about something. And come April, come middle, the end of April is going to kind of set us free from that, okay? You know, so this is making a wish, Pisces. Like, this is literally coming out with the World card. So, you know, this is some sort of completion. The World card talks about a cycle completing, which we all are going through with the new moon in Aries and the full moon in Scorpio. So the second half of April looks very good for you because we have the Star card, the World card, and the Six of Wands, which is a celebration. This is victory. This is you being acknowledged for your hard work and all your accomplishments. You know, not only looking good and feeling good, but everybody's looking at you good and feeling that you're good too. You know, it's no fun, and you have to be acknowledged for what you are, or you're not even going to have a full identity. So part of walking into our new identity is a cycle completing. And it's a wish that we made too. It might be something might be completing with an Aquarius for some of you. There could be like literally an ending and a new beginning with some sort of Aquarius, if that is an Aquarius for you. But for those of us who are not dealing with an Aquarius energy, this is symbolic for our wishes and our dreams and even our friends, the community that we live in. This is the 11th house, you know. But I think this is a wish. I think this is having faith. So keep your faith in the world right now, Pisces. Keep faith in the cycles. Like, you are a cycle sign. You understand the cycle because you end a cycle. You are the last sign. So you know how it is to end and complete things because you are the ending and the beginning, Pisces. As the Pisces, we are yin and yang. We are the yin and yang symbol with those fish always swimming in a circle. So we understand cycles, so we cannot lose faith in a cycle right now just because we felt trapped in the beginning of April. Taurus season looks very promising for us. This whole month of April was kind of centered on Taurus energy. So, you know, I do see keeping the faith in the world, you know, keeping our faith in our own magic, keeping faith, you know, here it's interesting, we're above water. See how she's swinging above the water? And here, everything but our head is in the water. So there may be something here with your head being in the clouds and you being completely submerged up to your head in emotion. But this isn't just emotion. If you take a closer look, this is like cosmic energy. This is the universe. This is the stars, okay? And then we have the star here. So Pisces, your body is covered in the stars right now. Like you have tattoos of constellations and like you're cosmic right now. I mean, this is the star card, and then we have all these stars in the universe. So you want to definitely look up to the stars in the universe this month, especially when you're keeping faith in some kind of wish. I mean, there are certain things. This is a cycle completing, Pisces, and the universe has your back. You know, just stay connected to source. You know, you're a very spiritual sign, you know, and you believe in wishes coming true and stuff like that. So second half of April looks like a wish coming true, and it looks like some sort of new beginning and ending, something coming full circle. And I really like that she's not even in the water at all. You know, she's kind of hovering above the water, and then here only your head is exposed. So there's something there with that too. And there could be something completing. I see this cycle completing for sure in Taurus season, because we have the world in Taurus. So you want to learn. There could be some kind of commitment of a cycle. You might commit to end a cycle or something in Taurus season, because we have the world with Taurus. So this is when those energies are going to really kick off. You're going to feel this energy after the 19th. Okay, you have this magic in your hand, Pisces. So, you know, you're a very mysterious sign. Something is going on for you in the end of April that I, even as a tarot reader, can't really see clearly, but I feel it. So just make sure you're feeling these energies like I am. Don't try to logically, even though you have the King of Pentacles over here, don't try to logically, this is all spiritual. So now we have the Six of Wands. This is your last card, Pisces, in the reading. So this is like that full moon in Scorpio being very, very, very special for you. You know, we have these children running and playing and laughing. And, you know, another thing I'm going to mention here is that this is the only card where you have this card too. So, you know, surround yourself with animal energy. I don't know if you have a spirit animal or if you just need to get outside and, you know, see some animals. But the only cards that have you with another person in it are these. So, you know, if you have any children, they could be very good company this month. But all the other cards are shown. And then interesting, we have this card underneath, the Empress. So look, there is someone who's pregnant. And maybe you already have a couple of kids and now you're going to add like a little baby to the bunch or something. But you're giving birth to something, Pisces. And what you're giving birth to at the beginning of April is going to run around and frolic at the end. Okay, and it's interesting. We start the reading off with these swords around you. And it looks kind of like a prison, right? And then we have you not in prison anymore, because now these are over here. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that to you, that either way there's some sort of jail-looking energy, but like you're really not trapped here at all. You know, this is you, and this, if you don't have any kids or little siblings or any kids that you babysit, well, this is the inner child. We have two little girls running here, and then this other adult-looking figure. So this is just literally a very fun energy. You know, some of you may work with children, or just maybe this is just literally a childlike energy. Someone who's younger than you, maybe someone's older than you. I don't know. But the Six of Wands is an even energy. It's balanced, and it talks about victory. This is a celebration happening for you, Pisces, and it's a completion. Like you might celebrate a completion. These two things are happening both in Taurus season, because we have two Taurus energies. Remember, now this can also be an Aries female or male, it's whatever. So, you know, Aries season, this is Aries season for you. But it's also Taurus, but we have Taurus and Aries here. So something significant is happening for you, Pisces, in Taurus and Aries season. And you could be learning from this. You are definitely giving birth to something in Aries and Taurus season. Commitments are going to be on the table in Aries and Taurus season. Your wishes are coming to fruition. Cycles are coming to a completion, and then you end the month with a complete victory. I mean, this is overall a victorious month for you. Now, only a Pisces can be victorious while feeling this kind of energy. Like, that is seriously Pisces. You know, and it's because we don't really care about our headspace. Like, interesting that I say that. You know, that's why we're filled up completely except for our head. Because, you know, we might blindfold ourselves in the real world, but we don't even need our head to see spiritually. You know, we just need we feel it in our whole body. So that's interesting. But overall, very victorious month I'm seeing for you. We end on a very victorious note. And not only that, but you're just going to be acknowledged for your hard work. And acknowledged. A lot of people are going to be like, wow, Pisces, congratulations for A, B, and C. And yeah. So the underlying energy for this reading is the Strength card. So Leo. And also, you know, just if you take a closer look at this card, you know, I mean, and you know, another thing I want to show you here is how much light is being shown in these cards. Like, we have light shimmering down in this forest, right? Well, we have light in this card too, beaming down, and then light beaming in here. So these three cards have something in common that I wanted to show you, which is the light that is piercing through. Okay. So there's definitely, you know, we might have blinded ourselves to the light in the beginning of the month, but this light is going to shine so bright that we're not even going to be able to ignore it. So we have the Strength card, and I want you to look at it because this wolf here, I don't know if you're the woman or if you're the wolf, Pisces, but this is about having the strength in the moments that, you know, we're feeling very, very down. So the wolf here is laying in this water, and then we have this really beautiful, kind woman who is, you know, with this wolf. So whether you're the wolf or the person, so someone can be the big bad wolf and the other person is like Goldilocks, you know. So there's always the antagonist and the protagonist, but there's also light shining. So this person is giving you light and giving you reassurance. Underneath that, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Sun card. So either way, the Sun is definitely in your reading, even if it means being emotionally confused or the Wheel of Fortune turning. But we have the Lovers, we have the Page of Swords, the Virgo card, okay? So some truth coming in there from a Virgo or to a Virgo or something like that. So we definitely have some interesting energies there, Pisces. That emotional confusion is what's changing for you. I do feel the need to show you this card because we have fairies again. So remember, we control the fairy realm. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. The light and the dark, both of our little fish, both of our little fairies turning this wheel. Okay, this is a sewing needle, I think. But I like to think of this as a captain ship. I used to think this was someone who was in a ship turning, and that would be so cool. But, you know, definitely happiness. Okay, the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. So a karmic happy time. Okay. And, you know, as far as this little message right here, just real briefly, because our video is hella long, but, yeah, you need to have the strength to work right now and be patient. And then, come on now, Knight of Cups, Two of Cups. Some of you really do have some sort of new love offer coming in April. And it's a cup. Like, it doesn't have to be a water sign, but it is definitely, you know, someone's coming in here with a cup to offer you. Now, this could be emotional action as well. Some of you are going to start showing emotional. Now, damn time, because we didn't have any fucking cup cards in our reading. But then we have this Three of Pentacles. So, you know, this is you working together with this person or a third-party situation. So you want to be careful there because these two people already had two cups. And then this Knight comes in to offer a third cup, you know. So that can be a little bit confusing for some of you there if there's already a relationship. You want to be careful if this Three of Pentacles means that. But just make sure you're working together and, you know, this could be you actually at work working together. You know, I see that you have the strength there to kind of create your own finances right now. So, you know, interesting reading there, Pisces. And we're ending the reading with the Sun on the bottom now. And then this King of Pentacles is interesting. I think that just symbolizes us being grounded. We could be occupying an earth energy this month because we have the King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, High Priestess, Ten of Pentacles, Magician, and then the Moon. And of course, the Three of Swords again. And the Six of Swords. Moving away from that. Working on our emotions. Okay. Balancing our emotional, I do see some sort of third-party situation or something. But it could also just be Venus and Gemini. But just be careful. Make sure you're working together with the people that you're in love with. Okay? Because here's that Eight of Swords again. So the reason why this Eight of Swords is telling me that the Five of Wands. So because energy is going all over the place in April for us. So we're just like, well, fuck it. I'm in my own jail cell. Can't fuck with me. Can't mess with me if I'm in jail, so just, I guess, write to me. Write me a letter. I might respond. But yeah, a lot of different messages there, Pisces, but I think you get the gist. You know, we're moving away from pain. This is us moving away from Chiron and our sign. Yay! Manifesting our own finances and value and completions. And also just the High Priestess, I kind of figured would show up for us this month. Knight of Wands, you know, passionately moving towards a more grounded energy. But we have the King of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. This is our energy this month. So there's something with these two cards that explain what Pisces. So we're definitely thinking about our foundation, thinking about our world, thinking about our values. We're making a King of Pentacles decision. So this is like an earth sign decision. Okay, so what would an earth sign have to decide about? Well, finances, job, career, success, goals, money. But either way, the world is in our hand, and we have the world here in our reading, remember? So just keep in mind when you reach this Two of Wands energy in April that the world is in your hands. And so we have the world and the Two of Wands. So we have a worldly decision to make, Pisces. So alright, guys. That was super long, but I hope you enjoyed your reading. Hopefully it was relatable. Please let me know what you thought. And, you know, feel free to subscribe to me if you want to check out my later videos coming out towards the end of April. I've got some Saturn videos coming out. I've got Scorpio full moon video and a Chiron video. So if you're interested in that, there's going to be tons of astrological information there for you. Other than that, Pisces, have a great April. And I will talk to you in Taurus season around this time. Bye.